Hello, it's Kelly with Social Sync, and I'm super excited to walk you through a quick demo of Social Sync Collective CRM. Quickly, just the landscape of our CRM. On the left-hand side, you can see all of the tabs that you will navigate through as you are using our CRM. A lot of these are just used as part of the setup process. You won't use all of these all of the time when you start using our system. So just know that on an ongoing basis, I typically see people using 3 to 4 of the tabs on the left-hand side a lot. Now, in this demo, I'm not going to show you every single part of our CRM because it is extremely robust, but I'm going to focus on what I believe are the most important parts for you. The first thing being the contacts section. This is a really important part when it comes to collecting data information on your contacts. This section can consist of prospects. It can consist of your current customers. It's essentially a one-stop place to compile information on anybody in your network or your scope sphere of people. What I love about this contact section is it's not just about collecting a person's name and contact information, but we can go deeper than that. And this is truly important when it comes to marketing well to your audience. So I'm going to go specifically into one of these contacts, and I'm just going to collapse some of this info on the left-hand side. So what I'm going to show you here is that you have the ability to get nitty-gritty with the information that you are collecting on the people in your account. So let's say, for example, in this individual person, I want to know the size of shirt that they typically wear. I can create what is called a custom field to collect that sort of information or data. Now that is specific to me in the way that I would run my business. So what's really cool about this is you have the ability to create your own custom fields. Now I'm not going to go too in depth with that, but just know when it comes to data and information collection on contacts, it's not just their name and contact information. You can get very, very specific information which ultimately allows you to market to the right group of people with the right information. So let's go back to my example of knowing their shirt size. I have a sale coming up. I'm a boutique owner and I accidentally got a big order of items of shirts and I have 1,000 mediums left over. Well, it makes no sense for me to blast my entire list. I would rather send a message to the people who are medium-sized shirt to say, hey, I know you're a medium-sized shirt. I have a ton of shirts that I'm blowing out right now. Click here to buy. So we're specifically able to market to a specific group of people based on us collecting very specific information. Now I'm going to go back to the main contact screen. The other thing that's really cool in this contacts area is we can filter by specific information. So you could filter by who said medium. You could filter by if you've collected what city they live in. You can filter by a ton of different information. Now, this is an overwhelming list, I know, but just know you can get very, very specific on the groupings of people that you see. So across the top here, these are called smart lists. This is essentially me filtering and then saving that filter so that now when I want to see who's opted into text that's on my team, I have that quick ability to go look versus having to filter every single time. Again, recap on this, we can collect very specific information on people. We can also create smart lists that allow us to jump quickly to a list or group of people. Now I'm going to go into the automation area. I know people are indifferent on automation. Some feel like they take the personal out. Some really, really, truly love them and live by them. I fall in the middle. I know that in some situations they can take the personal out, but I know also in other situations I need automations to handle stuff for me. So I've really found a good mix between those two things. Where automations are handy is they are there to do nurturing and following up on your behalf. Now, obviously, they're not magic. You need to set them up to the extent of what process do you want to unfold? How do you want that to look? And how do you want it to essentially interact with your contact? What's really cool about Social Sync is when you enroll with us, we have some pre-frameworked out workflows for you to be able to use right off the get-go. We understand it's really hard to come into a new product and not only learn that new product, but then also build it out. So we have built out automations for you already for when you first start. Now, some really good examples of automations that I personally love, and we're going to go into calendars as well, but is a booking workflow. Now, studies show that having text reminders leading up to a call, an appointment, increases the show rates by 20 to 30%. This is something we encourage our users to take advantage of, is the fact that we have the calendar booking system, and we also have the automations that can attach to that calendar booking system. So let's go into calendars next. So in our calendar area, again, we pre-framework out a couple calendars for you so that when you start with Social Sync, you're not just starting from scratch. You have the ability to create additional calendars if you want. You have the ability to just edit what we gave you, but there's something already there to start from. You have the ability to set up all different types of calendars, meaning there's round robin option, there's event options, there's more options. I'm not going to go into that, but you really do have the ability to make the calendars work exactly as you need them to in your business. What's also great is you can set your availability, meaning if I never want to work on Wednesdays, I can just not choose Wednesday as a day that I am available. Now, probably one of the best parts about the calendar booking system is that Social Sync integrates with Google. So what that means is I, in my personal account, have integrated in my main Gmail email address, which also houses my calendar. So what ends up happening is when someone tries to book me, my Social Sync account goes and checks my Google Calendar to ensure the slots that I am available. So if someone is trying to book me on October 10th and I've already slotted out that I'm unavailable, so let's say I have an appointment from 10 to 11, when they go to try to book me that day, they are not going to see that time slot available. So we, Social Sync, talk to your Google Calendar to be able to determine when you are available. Okay, so it's going to look for conflicts on your Google Calendar, but right in Social Sync itself, you can actually then say, I'm available Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 2 to 5 for this specific type of appointment. And then from there, Social Sync will check your Google Calendar to make sure what slots you are actually available during those available time slots. So essentially all you need to know is the Google Calendar integration is going to ensure that you never get double booked. And then by you specifically picking your availability in Social Sync, that's going to help make sure you're only getting bookings when you want to be booked. And then what ends up happening is when you want someone to book with you, no longer are you having to go back and forth to determine a time slot that will work for them. You can just straight away send them your booking calendar for them to book on. Now, in addition to that, you can actually attach a payment to go with a calendar booking if you are, for example, a coach that charges for a session. But obviously, not every call is going to be charged, but you do have that option to add a charge to a calendar booking. Next, let's move into funnels and websites. We pre-create a website or a basic website, I guess, if you will, that you can start using right away if you don't already have your own website. So I'm going to open it up so that you can see exactly what it looks like. So again, we provide the framework for you to be able to come in and start taking advantage of this website right away. The colors can be changed, your face gets added, etc. This gets provided to our users so that they can start using that right away. We also provide a link tree so that you have the ability to put all your different links in one place and add that link tree link to your Instagram bio, for example. Now, you also have the ability to create any funnels that you want to. When you click on new funnel at the top right-hand corner, you have the ability to actually pick from templates. So you're never having to start from scratch unless you're very creative and you want to, but you can also pull from templates. So if you have a big book release coming up that you want to work on and you want to create a funnel in order to sell that book, you can create that right in Social Sync Collective by using the templates available under our funnel section. Next, let's move into opportunities. So this opportunities section is very important when it comes to organization and also the visual of how individual contacts are progressing through a specific process. So I love to give the example of when you're going to take a drive somewhere. It's not just literally about taking that drive. There are steps that lead up to it. You need to find your car keys. You need to unlock your car. You need to put your keys into the ignition. You need to start your car. You need to put it in drive, etc. So there are different steps that lead up to needing to take a road trip somewhere or getting to take a road trip somewhere. I know that's a silly example, but you'll understand where I'm going with this. Currently, I am sitting in our new leads pipeline, but I'm actually going to walk you through what a booking pipeline would look like and how it would act. So essentially, the new lead, the new business lead, the educate, etc., these are called pipeline stages. So what they are is they are the progression of an individual from kind of point A to point wherever you want to take them. So booking pipeline is a perfect example of the progression. Step one, which in this case, we see new lead, but I'm going to walk you through the booking. Step one, they book the call. Step two, they completed the form that you need them to before attending with you. Step three, they attended the call with you. Step four, filled in the form to request your services. Step five, they paid for your services. So this opportunities area is an area where you visually can see people moving through these steps in a specific sales process. The last thing I'm going to show you in this demo is the memberships area. This is the place where you can come in and you can create courses for lead magnets, for sale, etc. So in this courses section, I'm going to go up to courses and I'm going to go into products. You have the ability to create a product, and we're going to go from scratch just so that you can see, and I'm going to build my own, and I'm going to call it test just so you can see exactly how it would look. So here we go. I have now started to build a course that I call test, but I'm starting to build a course out that I have the ability to then turn around and either sell or I can use it as a lead magnet. There's lots of amazing, cool ways that you can use this course section as far as how you are using it. Again, is it a lead magnet course? Is it a course you're going to sell? Do you want to drip the course out? Do you want to lock certain things? There's some really, really neat things that you can do in this course section. So what I would leave you with is knowing that you can use this course section to your advantage. You can use it as a lead magnet option. You can use it as a way to make additional income. But then also you're able to pass off the admin task of releasing the course, following up on that individual, etc. You're able to release that task or that requirement to your automations to do that on your behalf. I hope that this demo was helpful. Like I said, there were so many things for me to go through with you here today. If you do have any questions, feel free to come to our website, socialsynccollective.com. In the bottom right-hand corner, there is a chat widget that you can go ahead and you can message us any questions, comments, concerns that you may have. We want to make sure that you have all of the information that you need in order to make the decision to join our Social Sync family.